Why haven't you gone on an adventure yet?
Good morning.
Morning. So we're about to get started. They warned us that there are 30 to 40 mile per hour winds up top.
Mountain Lafayette. Let's do this. I'm gonna walk on a ridge line today.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're climbing up the Bridle Falls, and you can see we're at the top of the waterfall. And if you look behind me, you get to see another top of one of the ridges over here. It's a really beautiful hike up. So we're just taking a quick little break. Belle's hair is cramping up a little bit.
Don't bust me out.
It happens, so we're just taking a break, getting some electrolytes, resting a bit, and then we're going to continue our climb. This climb up is not an easy way up. It's really steep, really rocky. It's a lot of scrambling. Whew. Very uneasy terrain. So definitely be ready for a very strenuous hike. We are officially entering the Alpine zone, finally. Gosh, this climb is tough. We've made it to the top of Little Haystack.
Yay!
It's nice and windy over here, but the views are great. And now just finish up the hike to Mount Lafayette. This was not an easy hike up, but the views are totally worth it.
I vomited a few times.
We are walking the ridge right now, trying to get to Mount Lincoln. This doesn't look like too bad of a mountain. And then after that, we have to go up Mount Lafayette, which that one does not look too fun. But this ridge line up here is gorgeous. Kind of the clouds keep rolling in though, so sometimes you might see something, sometimes you might not. But whenever the clouds part and we get a good view, it is great up here. Highly recommend this section. Alright, I had that peak wrong. This one behind us is actually Mount Lincoln. Mount Lafayette is actually behind it. But as you can see, we've got some pretty good clouds rolling in, and you can kind of see them rolling around over here. It's a really cool sight to see. Although it does kind of block all of our views from the top, so see when we get there. Hopefully the sun will melt some of these clouds away. Well, we just summited Mount Lincoln, and we are off to Mount Lafayette. The wind and clouds have kind of rolled in pretty bad right now, so we're hitting it double time. But one good news is that this is Belle's first section of the Appalachian Trail. Woo! So many more sections for her to come. All right, we are on our way to Mount Lafayette. We're kind of walking in a little bit of the alpines here. little bit of trees all behind us. It's giving us a nice little break from the wind. It's gotten really windy up here. Soon we'll get to Mount Lafayette, and then it'll be all downhill after that.
Woo!
But first we gotta get up Mount Lafayette.
It's pretty windy up here. We're in the clouds, so you all can't tell how much effort we put into this to get up here. But I feel a self of accomplishment happening.
Well, if we get a break in the clouds, you might be able to see Mount Lafayette back there. But the wind's getting pretty bad and we have rain coming in, so I'm putting up the camera. Hopefully we make it up to the top. We made it to the peak of Mount Lafayette and the wind is whipping up here. Really, really bad. Every once in a while we get a view.
It's gone.
And behind us. So we've reached the pinnacle of our trip and now it's all downhill. It's a bit scary to be so high up. You kind of see the storm coming in like this, but it's a gorgeous sight though, although very scary. We made it to the Greenville Hut. It's got this nice alpine lake. It's a cool little building here. We're getting headlamps ready, topping off some water. We got about 3 more miles back to the car. This is our current view of the trail right now. Currently about another 2.5 miles from the car. The rainstorm that came in really made it difficult. Now we're having to go down all these really wet, slick rocks. Not the funnest. But hey, that's part of the adventure. This is our view every once in a while. Outcropping cabins. And you can see the highway. We're parked right on the other side of the highway. It's still going to be a while to get down there. Alright, so we're checking in from the morning. We did not get back to our car until about 11 o'clock last night. It was a really long hike. GPS said we did 10.3 miles, a 4,200 foot gain. It was a long day.
Do you want to know what I learned?
What did you learn?
Always bring your rain gear. Always. Always. Set a, what did you call it? Time back?
Oh, turnaround point?
A turnaround point. I'm glad we did it though, because we got to finish it.
Yeah.
Always bring a rain jacket. Always. That saved us yesterday.
So the weather said it was only supposed to be a 10% chance of rain, a little bit cloudy, but nothing major. But they do always say prepare for any weather. And so we got up on the ridge line. We're like, oh, hey, that's not too far. Let's just keep going on the ridge. Oops, that was a wrong point. I thought that was Mount Lafayette. That was just Mount Lincoln. We had a long walk still to Mount Lafayette. And during that time, a storm kind of rolled in. The clouds were rolling in, winds were gusting.
Hey, you said they were talking about 30 to 40 mile hour winds. Like
Yeah.
the rangers or people were?
Yeah.
I would call that 40. I felt like I was going to fall over a few times.
Yeah, the wind pushed me around pretty good.
Yeah.
A little bit before Lafayette, it started to rain on us. And so not only did we have the bad wind, but we had the wet rocks. It was pretty rough. And then coming down, I was so thankful to finally get to tree line and not be in the wind the entire time. It's the most exposed I've ever been in a storm.
Also, a few people said to go up the Falling Waters Trail because of the rock scramble. towards the top. I personally would recommend going up the Mount Lafayette road. What was that, the Green Trail?
Yeah.
It's all rocks. It's just all rocks. And going uphill is a lot easier on rocks than going downhill. Granted, they were wet. So I kind of think you should just bust out the tough stuff. Work your way up to Lafayette first.
Yeah, definitely follow the hiking project recommended route. Do not go backwards.
That was my fault. Some YouTubers said it. I was like, okay.
Yeah. It was a mistake, especially when it was dark and wet. It was a bad mistake. But we made it back down. We're not hurt. Nothing major. My knees really hurt, but that's just because I'm getting old. Alrighty, well, we made it. Thanks for watching.
If you want to go up and down on rocks all day, then this is the trail for you.
Yeah.